Hold up. I'm parched. I'm really fucking parched. This is not remotely sponsored. I'm just petty with a purpose. That's funny. Y'all know how I am on here. I'm a little mouthy. I love talking about things that bother me here. I may have stirred the shit pot a little bit, and now we're having a conversation on the internet. Hi everyone, my name is Isabella, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are diving into something that I think I was I don't know if I was the first one. I was one of them, one of the creators on TikTok that called out the bullshit going on with Poppi and their marketing right now. I'm popping up a few clips over here so you know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, I saw some posts on TikTok talking about Poppi sending influencers packages. Now, me being me, trying to be a little bit active on TikTok, I was like, I need to talk about this because I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of things I need to vocalize. And that blew the up, which I was like, damn, okay, I'm not the only one that thinks about this. And I knew either way, just with seeing this content posted up by influencers, this PR package, I knew I wanted to create this into a conversation. I knew deep down I wanted to talk about it more because this is a problem that I've had for quite some time, but especially with how the video has literally blown up, it's like, yeah, a lot of people are feeling the exact same way. So when you're talking about the controversy with Poppi marketing, my thoughts, and this is a little bit of a hot take and deep dive into how I think this influencer PR thing is getting quite literally out of hand, and I think this has kind of been the final straw for me. Before you hop in, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. If you guys want to see like a hell of a lot more of this, you can go to my second channel where I have a podcast and other fun reactionary content, or, you know, Instagram or TikTok, which that's where I'm a menace on there too. And without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start off with how the controversy starts. If you don't know who Poppi is actually known as more of like a wellness drink. They're kind of like the better version of soda, okay? Like instead of going and reaching for Dr. Pepper, which is the holy grail, I love Dr. Pepper more than anything, you would grab a Poppi. It's a really phenomenal concept. I love it. I love that kind of stuff. I think it's a great idea. And a lot of brands, as we know, really work with influencer marketing. Now, thick ass disclaimer I need to give to everyone. I'm not shitting on influencer marketing, but we are hitting a point where some things are getting too extreme, and I will be breaking it down very thoroughly. So if you are a content creator, I'm a content creator too, babe. Like, I'm not shitting on influencer marketing. I'm shitting on how things are being handled. And if you guys know me, you know that I like to look for progress and change and calling it out when it's getting a little bit too much. So the Superbowl ads are always known to be something that is a great time for marketing and advertising and just discussing your brand and product. Everyone's looking forward to the commercials because they're so entertaining, but also, especially with the influencer marketing, people have kind of picked up to where they utilize the Super Bowl as a big monumental moment to also market off their products. So cue in Poppi. Poppi, the healthier soda, decided to send PR packages to influencers. And these PR packages are not your average Joe, let me send you products. This is what pissed me off and made me want to start talking about it. Like, my goal with showing this is not to shit on the influencer that is showing it off, but I do think that this stuff has been so normalized that it's being over-glorified in a way that is so beyond excessive. Let me show you another example of this.
Meet my new baby. I'm just kidding. I'm just having this for the Super Bowl, but we clearly need to stock her up, so I figured we could do that together. If you're an OG, you remember all my little mini fridge restocks, so we've upgraded a little bit. I literally love Poppi so much. This is actually insane. They sent so many of the other flavors, so we're gonna get it all stocked up and ready for the Super Bowl.
Here's another one. To to give a little bit more context of these types of vending machines and what they're supposed to do, they are there for the Super Bowl. I think I saw over 6 content creators, I'm sure I'm missing some, that were sent these vending machines, which is wildly expensive, by the way. I actually think I had a comment that said shipping something like that could be potentially $1,000 just to send it. Already excessively stupid in my opinion. So $1,000 to send a vending machine. Now, at first some people were speculating of, oh, like, do they keep the vending machine? That's kind of crazy, which I agree. That would be really stupid to send somebody a vending machine to stick in their house. What the hell? No, it's literally just for the Super Bowl. So if someone's hosting a Super Bowl party or something, like that's the goal. That's what they're doing, is it's like, here's for the Super Bowl party and that's it. Say it with me. That's fiercely stupid. You have something that gets sent that's a device that's customized, which costs a decent amount of money, by the way, and then you have to have it shipped back when you're done with it. Like, that's so why? You know what we could have done? This is really groundbreaking. Everyone grip onto a wall or your hats or something. Poppi could have sent a crate of Poppi to them and that's it. You know what I mean? An Amazon package, something to that degree of let me send you instead of just the vending machine. It's excessive at this point. So seeing these videos just really left a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, this is very out of touch and we're hitting a point where this is incredibly extreme. With that being said, I saw all these videos and I was like, this is actually so stupid. Now, I would love to show you guys the TikTok that I made talking about it. I did not remotely, like again, I literally have barely 5,000 followers on TikTok. I don't even think that this was remotely gonna gain as much traction as it did, but it did. So I'm gonna quickly play what I said in my TikTok.
All right, here's how I think that Poppi fucked their marketing with the vending machine promo that they're sending to influencers and how I think they could do it 10 times better. So if you guys don't know, Poppi is a drink brand. I fucking drink it all the time. I love it. But Poppi decided to send some influencers, or maybe it was one, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were deciding to send like a massive, and I mean a massive vending machine and then a bunch of Poppi. Now here's why I think this is like super stupid. One, I get PR packages are really fun. I'm not gonna dog on sending PR packages to influencers. What I am gonna dog on is when it gets too extravagant, too much, and now it's like, it just feels very out of touch now, and I don't think it's doing what you think it's doing, you know what I mean? A lot of viewers are not just going to be like wickedly wowed by PR packages like that, because we're not in the, you know, beauty guru era back in like the 2017, 2018 era where everyone was losing their shit over PR packages. We have shifted as a society, I would say, where this kind of stuff is not as like, oh my God, wow, I want to buy from this brand. You know what I mean? This is how they should have done it. If they were going to do the Poppi vending machines, they should have announced that across maybe 5 to 10 different cities, they were going to drop Poppi vending machine. And I'm talking that these vending machines need to be maybe in like a college, maybe there needs to be one in like a library, like I don't know, just think of like locations to put that would be popular, that would get a lot of people wanting to go. But then you also have to create an additional incentive for people to go. Like, why should they go? Why should they post about it? Why should they even talk about it to begin with? That's when you do kind of like a Willy Wonka thing where you have something special attached where it's like dropping the newest flavor of Poppi. So for people who go to the vending machine, one lucky person might be able to be gifted a new flavor drop. Now, how I think this is going to perform better is if you have a bunch of people who are everyday individuals that are trying to hunt for the newest flavor, it's going to have 10 times more people posting about it, which is going to have more people try and go to the vending machines, and more people will be posting their experiences and their Poppi machine hauls to see if they got the special flavor. Now, I don't know, there's probably many other ways that they could have done this, but I think this would have been so much better because you're interacting with everyday people, not just influencers. This is something that people would get excited about. It would inherently make people want to share about it. Therefore, the marketing would probably outperform an influencer that gets maybe a couple 100,000 views, or if not 1 million. Because if we think about, we have several people that post about it and then it goes viral, which is a good chance because a lot of people would be interested in doing something like that. It would do better than the original like influencer post. And one other thing I want to say is I think more marketing teams need to work on getting more active with audiences. They need to start actually thinking like, okay, how is it that I can maybe connect the audience to the influencer, or how can we connect the influencer to work on a project that would also include the audience? So everyone needs to step it up and make their marketing fun, because that idea that I just gave y'all, you should have done something like that, okay? Anyways, that's it, bye.
I'm going to get into the real controversies of why I think this is the problem, why I think this is out of touch, why I think this is not good marketing and not really working as good as it used to be anymore, and why people need to start doing better at this point, because this is getting incredibly unethical in my opinion. First things first, let's talk about PR packages and everything years ago versus now, because it is drastically different and I don't think it's actually hitting the same. PR packages back in like the 2017, 2018 era with the beauty guru community, that was to send a product to somebody and say, look, I don't know if you know about our brand. Big fan though. I'd love to send you some products so you can try them, and then, you know, you can use them or maybe promote them or whatever you want. It's kind of just a no strings attached thing usually. Now that was really cool because some people could look at a PR package and go, I could buy that exact same item, right? There wasn't anything crazy attached to it. It was just a nicely packaged box, products, someone would show it off, and it wasn't so like common now that people would be like, oh my God, I've never seen this happen before. I want to try that, or I want to try this product because Manu MUA received it, or Laura Lee, etc. So it was way more attainable. It wasn't so distancing the consumers versus the influencers. It was something that was accessible to everyone. Whereas now we're in a time period where that is drastically different. I mean, even for example, Trippin' with Tarte was still pretty damn new when they started doing stuff like that in the beauty guru era. And even still, content creator trips like that were not just a constant thing all the time, but they were also a little bit more reasonable, I would say. And it wasn't something that people were exhausted of seeing. Now, please stay tuned because I am going to be doing a deep dive on the Trippin' with Tarte stuff because that is a shit show in itself that I would love to yap about. Give me 1 second, I'll be there momentarily. Now to present day with PR packages, it's getting to a point where it is incredibly out of touch and it's getting excessive. Now we have people who are not sending packages for a refresh of a product, to bring product awareness in a way that makes sense. Now it is like a mutual competition between brands to send the biggest package that they can to big, well-known content creators. It's not hitting the same as it used to years ago. And precisely with the PR packages too, it's not just about the design of like the packaging or of like a box looking pretty, you know? Maybe that box is not going to be accessible for most people. You know, maybe the entire collection most people are not going to go out and buy of a makeup kit or something. But when it comes to this, now we are connecting crazy shit to a PR package that is so far out that, yeah, it's showing a very obvious distance between the audience, the brand, and the influencer, and it is not hitting the same. Because I'm sorry, what the fuck do you need to send a vending machine for? Like, genuinely, I don't think that there was any need. You could have made something so creative and so unique, and I would have thought that would have been amazing. Another funny thing, when I was making this video, Olipop, you know, the one I was just drinking, they commented, by the way, those devices, those vending machines are like $25,000. I'm glad that Olipop was able to share that information with me because if all those vending machines cost $25,000 and they send it to a bunch of people for the weekend, are you shitting me? That is so stupid. Now, I already looked up a few examples of like customized vending machines, and I saw that there was a range of $3,000 to upwards of $100,000 giving how much customization. So that would make sense for Olipop to say, hey, this is actually how much it costs, maybe if they've looked into it or have done it themselves. One other thing I want to point out is this other commentary creator made a really good video discussing this, and she actually got a comment from Olipop that said 32 machines times 25,000 per machine, yikes. And here's the thing. I significantly underestimated the amount of machines that were sent out to people. So 32 sounds a hell of a lot more like it. If you don't know the quick math on that, that's $800,000. And it looks like they're filming a Superbowl ad. So in conclusion, you have the funds to do something that's more engaging with an audience. The point is that is excessively ridiculous for just a weekend. People are looking at these PR packages and they're not inherently going, oh wow, Poppi sounds really, really fucking sick. And this is where my second hot take kind of starts rolling in. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I've had this feeling for a bit. I want to talk about marketing and how a lot of companies are approaching marketing versus how I think they should be. So like I was talking about in my TikTok that I made, is I think that there's a lot of marketing that is just really shitty right now. And I think that marketing has shifted heavily for a lot of these influencer-based brands, and they're not having a good hybrid between consumer marketing in a really good way and locking in an influencer marketing. So both can exist, and I think that we are seeing a really drastic shift in marketing where brands are not actually marketing towards the consumers. Look at all of the influencer Coachella houses. Think about that. Think about the influencer trips. Think about the PR packages. Do you notice a pattern with this marketing? Even down to the trips where some of the influencers on said brand trips are not even catering fun content for their viewers. It's so surface level. It's boring at this point. And I think these brands are so locked into kissing these influencers' asses to such an extent that they're betting on influencers and they're targeting their marketing to influencers, not exactly to consumers. Because think about it this way. Let me just pretend I'm a brand. If I'm a brand and I'm thinking about marketing this off, it is smart, but it's unethical. And again, this is just hypothetical. If I market off a bunch of products, if I make my PR list incredibly enticing, if I make every inch of me enticing to the influencers and the wannabe influencers, because a lot of people want to be a content creator / influencer, then I am able to get people so desperate to buy my products, promote them, and talk about me. Then it will generate me more income because they're all promoting me for free. If they keep kissing these influencers' asses by hosting them all the time, sending them massive packages, constantly wowing them, these creators are not going to feel anything else but wanting to post about Poppi. If you didn't really think about how this could, make an audience feel like shit, I get sitting and going, oh, Poppi wants to send me a vending machine? That's crazy. I would love to post about that. No one's had that before. It gives an incentive for influencers to post. And if you constantly kiss an influencer's ass, or if you're all the time overly catering to them, then yeah, your marketing is all the way catering to them and they're going to keep wanting to post you. It's the same thing even with Bloom. It's the same thing with Tarte Cosmetics they did with the Trippin' with Tarte. So many people were talking about the Trippin' with Tarte because they wanted so badly to be on that trip when realistically most people wouldn't. There were even trends. I even saw with Poppi today where some people are like, what do I do to get on the PR list? How can I do that? What email should I hit up? It is creating and evoking people to do it that way. But the problem is we are forgetting the core people that are purchasing from these companies, which are the everyday consumers. And this is why this shit is so incredibly out of touch. Now, I'm going to kind of switch over my conversation a little bit further to positive marketing versus negative marketing. Now, what I'm talking about is being known for a good thing versus being known for a bad thing. It is not hard to be controversial on the internet and gain traction because if everyone doesn't like you and keeps talking about it, you get attention in that way. People will get very popular for being unethical. Ash Trevino, wonderful example of that. I don't know much about her, but I've only known enough to realize she's done a lot of stupid shit on the internet and people engage with her. Why? Because it is rage bait. It pisses people off. It evokes a reaction. But I think we're forgetting that not all press is good press, and press and conversation about this stuff does not inherently equal sales or a good longevity of a brand, because after a while, I do think people are going to get tired of it. And so I think that this kind of marketing that Poppi is handling, just like Tarte Cosmetics and many others, I think it's lazy marketing because, like I said, very easy to do something that is shock factor and wow, I can't believe they did that. It is 10 times harder to make a campaign that is memorable, that is impactful, and is something that people will look back on and say, oh my God, remember when they did that? I mean, literally, this is a perfect time for this to happen. The Super Bowl, right? I'm sure every one of you has one ad that you can think of that's a Super Bowl ad. I'm thinking of the Bud Light and the Puppies right now, or the Doritos ones. That is hard, but so good to make a creative ad that people are impacted by and go, wow, that was funny. Wow, that was good. Wow, that made me cry. It's so damn lazy when all we're doing is getting a vending machine, dumping money into these people and saying, that's our marketing. Now, I'm not stupid. I know that Poppi isn't just doing influencer marketing, but I don't see this level of effort in their other regular everyday marketing, in my opinion. I mean, look, I'm just gonna scroll through Instagram. I'm not seeing anything catching my eye in the way of like, that's memorable. Marketing should be memorable. You want to impact people, and creating a connection between your branding, whether you're a brand or a content creator, between your audience is very important. That's how you create relationships. That's how you become a household name. That's how you become a go-to no matter what happens. People are going to love you because they're connected and you are offering something to them. But it doesn't appear to me that you're marketing anything off with your PR or your influencer stuff as a way of a need. It's more of, well, we're going to cater to these influencers and it's easier for us.
By the way, speaking of their TikTok, I was scrolling through their TikTok 3 days ago, or when you guys see it, this will be 4 days ago, posted up a giveaway for the big game. It says, whenever football is involved, we like to shoot for the stars. It's a giveaway, right? And now for someone who is dropping stupid money on, it looks like a Super Bowl commercial, influencer ads and everything, I would assume that the giveaway prize would be something a little bit more significant. It's a pair of shoes, a football purse made by Poppi, and Target and Poppi football graphic jerseys, and 2 variety packs of Poppi. So one prize can't even create maybe a mini for something of that's a little bit more creative. That just pisses me off. I also saw the Poppi announcers encouraging people to join them on try your best so that way you could potentially connect with the community, earn rewards, private membership only, merch, giveaways, etc. But I'm sorry, just from some of these giveaways and things I'm seeing alone, please, you need to step it up. And I'm hoping that they step it up on here, but to me, it's just so like, it's so insignificant. Like why the is it so simple and boring and basic, in my opinion, for everyday viewers when it comes to other influencers? We're showing up to their house with cases and we're sending vending machines. Are you serious?
This marketing is getting incredibly lazy. Like what the happened to creativity? What happened to making a fun idea? And my fun idea, let me tell you about my fun idea. This is how I think Poppi should have done it. Now, a lot of people in the comment section were saying, logistically, it would make no sense for them to send all of these vending machines across states. They fucking did it to ship it to influencers and they're going to ship it back. If they want to, they will. And another point I have, if they have money to pay people to do stuff like this or have Alex Earl money, you have money to make things fun for your audience. This is what they should have done. If this was a Super Bowl thing, this is how I would have ran this marketing shit, okay? Someone needs to hit me up because I thought of 5 other ideas, by the way, in the shower this morning just thinking of this. Drop off some of these machines in public places where some influencers may be, but everyday people will be. Drop one off and maybe somewhere where the Super Bowl is going to be, okay? Right there. Got one. Rodeo Drive or someplace in Los Angeles, okay? Someplace in New York. Just pick some cities. Pick some cities in popular areas. Drop it off at a college. I know damn well you drop something like that off at a popular college campus. If you partnered up with Alex Earl down Florida at her college that she went to, holy shit, you guys. Now, you could have made it a booth and made sure that things were like continuously being refilled, you know, but you could have refilled it for a certain period of time. And you could have said, hey guys, we are going to be having a new flavor launch and we're going to have new prizes attached to it. There also will be another grand prize. You could add another grand prize, I don't know, but it still adds incentive and fun, okay? And you're going to tell people that they have to simply go and they could do one of two things. Just buy one of the cans and it's going to be covered so no one can see the flavor, you know, and know exactly what they're getting. Buy one of the cans, or better yet, they could have had it to where the vending machines, people could be putting in empty cans and receive a can for free. That could be pretty fun if you wanted to be a little bit more giving to the community, okay? Or if you don't like the vending machine, for sake, you could have specific pop-up stores where people are selling it to kind of control how many items people purchase so that way they don't overpurchase. Either way, it's possible. Get creative and pull your head 2 inches out of content creators' asses. Then, if you want to involve the content creators, you are going to hit up maybe a handful. A smaller content creator, a larger one, and a bigger content creator, all right? They're all 3 going to team up. You are going to send them a product and say, look, if you can talk about this with one TikTok, maybe one Instagram story just to keep it cheaper, and say, there is a really big giveaway going on. All you have to do is post up the flavor that you got and see if you're the first person to find the brand new flavor or what other prizes you get. I'm telling you this is possible because if I've seen Red Bull, Cheez-Its, and so much more do stuff like this, Poppi can definitely do it too. That's how you can invest the influencers. Now, an influencer can run down and maybe pull something and see what they get. You can also hit up influencers that are maybe teachers, just someone else that's active in the community to do the promoting because that would evoke for people to go out. That urge for people to win the grand prize, be the first person to announce the actual brand new Poppi flavor would evoke for a lot of people to come out because it would be influencers and viewers alike coming out trying to find this.
And for those of you in my TikTok comment section saying this is a stupid idea and it could never be profitable, la 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 la, respectfully, you kind of give the vibe of someone who knows the term marketing but doesn't fully understand how it works or how you can make it work for you. Because if there's a will, there's a way. And speaking of, let me give you 5 ways that marketing campaigns have significantly increased sales, boosted awareness, and also connected and gave back to consumers. Dove started a real beauty campaign in 2004, which was all around challenging unrealistic beauty standards by featuring real women of all body types, ages, and ethnicities. And I would love to happily inform you that that simple campaign alone led to a 700% increase in sales. Connection and impact, guys. Next example, Spotify Wrapped. A lot of you guys know it, and I love it. Starting in 2016, there was a personalized rap report summarizing everyone's most listened to artists, songs, and genres. And that actually contributed to Spotify's continued growth with more than 574 million active users. Next one, actually, Glossier. A lot of you guys know the beauty brand Glossier. They actually hosted pop-ups starting in 2016, which were put in cities worldwide, creating immersive Instagram-worthy experiences where customers could actually test products, take aesthetic photos, and shop exclusive limited time collections. And I would like to happily inform you that just the New York pop-up alone generated $8 million in sales in under 6 weeks. Isn't that funny? It looks like it can't work. Next one, Coca-Cola, the Sharing a Coke campaign starting in 2011. They personalized their bottles with popular names, encouraging consumers to, quote, share a Coke. Sales rose 2% in the US, and the campaign led to a 7% increase in young adult consumption. And last but certainly not least, I'm sure one that you've actually seen is the emergency pizza from Domino's, where if you've at least purchased a pizza from Domino's, they were allowing you to redeem one free emergency pizza. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, for everyone saying, well, it's not profitable to give back to the community. It is. And if you want to impact people and give back and be a company that people go, oh my God, they care about me, you make it happen. End of story. Okay, so I'm not going to take these lazy ass excuses. And the one that I just threw out there, if it was done the right way, if you were able to find the proper resources, could absolutely have a potential to have a significant impact.
It would do so well and be so entertaining. I mean, that's just one of the examples that I was thinking of, but I definitely think that people have the capacity to do something. And if you are dropping $25,000 on something and shipping it $1,000 one way, maybe $1,000 back, you have the funds. If you're paying Alex Earl, you got the funds to do it.
It just feels very out of touch now, and I don't think it's doing what you think it's doing. You know what I mean? We have shifted as a society, I would say, where this kind of stuff is not as like, oh my God, wow, I want to buy from this brand.
Capitalistic greed eventually ruins everything, including your favorite soda brands. And I am dying to talk about the controversy surrounding Poppi and the vending machines today. Because as someone who works in marketing, Poppi used to be one of my favorite brands of all time. But now this vending machine controversy really validates and highlights the reason I unfollowed them a little while back. So let me walk you through everything here so that the controversy maybe makes a little bit more sense. If you haven't already figured out, Poppi is like a healthy soda alternative brand. And it's very popular with the girls right now. But I first discovered it many years ago when I graduated college. I studied design and tech related things, so I became in love with this brand because their website always had the coolest layout. And when they would go to trade shows, they had like the coolest design setups, and I wanted to be part of it so bad that I had alerts turned on for their LinkedIn, and I was applying constantly. Now, they did originally start under a different brand name entirely, but we're just talking about Poppi here today. And because they were like a health food sort of brand, the original marketing behind all their accounts was way more relatable, and it heavily emphasized that they were women-owned, women-run, like very women empowerment, and also that she was a mother. And one of their first big viral moments was when this creator, who was smaller at the time, shared a story of how she ran into a woman on a plane wearing an all-pink Poppi tracksuit and asked her where she got it because she loved it. Obviously, that woman ended up being the owner of Poppi, and she offered to send her one for free. It was a very on-brand and wholesome story that got them a lot of attention, so they started doing a bunch of random giveaways to just random people. And they would do this kind of thing literally all the time, and they would also just like stitch and respond to smaller creators constantly. They did a really good job of really fostering a community that uplifted them in the beginning that I enjoyed a lot. And I obviously understand the necessity for big celebrity faces to back your brand in marketing, but there was this time where they would do that and they would still interact and do like giveaways all the time to smaller creators or random people. And then over time, while they were still sending out PR boxes to creators, I guess, I just noticed that they were only really paying attention to celebrities on their page at this point, and especially ones that I'm just like tired of. So I unfollowed them because their page wasn't really fun or community based anymore. It definitely feels at this point like they've completely abandoned the original community that built them up, and they're just aiming for profits at this point by sending out these over luxurious vending machines that allegedly cost up to like $25K each to influencers who are already super rich and don't need that, although I'm not sure if anyone really needs that. And it has a lot of people pointing out another valid question, which is why does it seem like it's pretty much all white women who are receiving the vending machines? And I fully agree with the previous creator's idea. It would have been like way cooler to drop these in different cities on college campuses or something as a promo and made people go find them.
I don't know why you don't want to make a memorable, impactful, fun thing for your audience members and your consumers, because the people that are watching this stuff right now are getting a bad taste in their mouth because they're going, that's funny. When I have money, I finally buy Poppi. Why is it that these people who have so much money are getting sent a vending machine in their house? And yeah, it is pretty icky, I think. I think it's excessive. I wouldn't have as much of a problem with this if it was maybe like some packages that they were sending and it was a sponsored Super Bowl ad of, hey, Poppi sent us stuff. We really love Poppi. We're using it in our Super Bowl party. That's different. A whole vending machine? Are you kidding me? It's not doing what you think it should be doing, because people are not going to sit and go, wow, Poppi gives a shit about us. Poppi is also thinking about us. Poppi's not making this fun anymore.
One other thing that I actually wanted to briefly mention in this video is, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there was a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit that was filed against Poppi in May of 2024, and it is all about allegedly false advertising. So there's apparently a plaintiff named Kristen Cobbs who alleged that Poppi's marketing claims about promoting gut health are really, really misleading. marketing. She says that the contents in each can contain only 2 grams of prebiotic fiber, which is an amount deemed super insufficient to provide an actual health benefit. In my opinion, is the exact opposite of what they seem to be marketing themselves off as, because, on their cans and their slogan is be gut happy, be gut healthy. This lawsuit is arguing and saying, hey, the claim is deceptive given the low fiber content and high sugar levels. This is violating consumer protection laws and false advertising, which, if you know me on this channel, I jump on shit like this. So apparently they have recently settled. There's actually a content creator. I'll have her video pop up right up here. So if you guys want to learn more about class action lawsuits, highly recommend her. She has great information on that. But apparently they're settling. So yeah, that's a new fun fact. And I also wanted to bring this up, one, just for in general consumer awareness, but two, I think it's just, and again, this is just my personal opinion as I've been looking into this more. This is a pattern that I see with some companies where they have a big focus on catering to other content creators in a way that just doesn't make any sense. There's a lack of focus on benefit to consumers. And then on top of that, I find a fucking lawsuit that's including there's alleged lack of evidence to support that their products are doing what they claim. This is really frustrating. This is why I think these things need to be called out, because we want change. I don't want to dislike Poppi. I personally like their products. I do. I think it tastes great. I thought the branding's cute. And it honestly makes me incredibly sad, because you don't want to see a brand that has such good potential to just shit themselves. True, it sucks, okay? I don't want to dislike this, but it's incredibly disappointing when this is such a frequent occurrence in the industry. And it's even more annoying when I find one negative thing about a brand and then it's it keeps dogpiling, because it doesn't stop. When will this shit be enough, and when will people have a motivation to do a hell of a lot better?
I also want to address that there are some people who are like, well, why? This isn't even that bad. There's things that are worse out there when it comes to PR packages. I agree. If you have a boyfriend and they've been doing some stupid shit for a while, and then finally the one last dumbass thing that they do, you're just like, I gotta break up with you. That's kind of what I think this is. This is the final thing for me that was we need to talk about this. And I had some people in my comment section saying, well, it's guaranteed engagement. Okay, well, there's engagement, but there's also putting your foot out there and saying, actually, we're gonna try and be impactful and do more with our marketing. Because marketing and being different and standing out from the crowd requires you to take some risks, requires you to ask for consumer feedback. It requires you to connect with people. Connectivity in business is a big deal. Consumer connectivity and relating to someone is a big deal. Now, I would like to say, I actually had a few of the content creators who received the packages. They responded to my video and I was like, all right, interesting. I actually had Rachel Sullivan comment and said, I'm throwing a college meal with mine, turn up. And I said, and they could have sent you Poppi packages instead of a big ass machine. This stuff is getting excessive. I'm sorry, but if you're purposely missing my point, that's an issue. I'm clearly saying the marketing is not that good and there could be a better way of handling this. But you should understand the picture that I'm giving. It shouldn't just be about influencer marketing. There should be just as much effort into creative ads and connecting with audiences and being fun as influencer marketing collaborations. Both can perform incredibly well, but I think there's so much focus and effort on the influencer marketing that a lot of audience members are feeling forgotten about. And why is someone going to want to support and buy from a company when they feel like they're not even valued customers? I had also another content creator who posts up a lot. I've actually seen her content before. She said, 1, we don't get to keep the machine. 2, they are sending it to influencers that are throwing big Superbowl parties. And I said, I know creators don't get to keep it. Their marketing team should be putting more effort into creativity. It's proving my point of how out of touch this shit is when you have to hop in and defending the fact that you're getting a bunch of shit for free and you're not comprehending how this is going to bother some people a little bit. And for those of you asses who say that I'm jealous, if I had a brand say, hey Bella, love you, we really would love to send you a big ass item that's quite literally bigger than your door and is going to require a garage, but you have to send it back, I'm going to be like, are you stupid or stupid? No. Why?
Also, for some people saying the only reason someone is talking about this is because they're jealous, it shows your lack of critical thinking skills. People could comment on an unethical marketing campaign if they want to. That's just so stupid to think. As a content creator and consumer, I can say that this is out of touch and is not working. I don't think I've really talked about this much, but as an influencer that has brands come to me and offer to pay me, I have turned down a shit ton of brand deals because they were incredibly unethical. Financially, they would have been incredible, but I didn't take them because I knew it would impact the connection and trust my audience has with me. And I knew it would make people not feel good and would go all against my morals. And I'm only saying this because I have already turned down things. I don't talk about it because I don't need to. And I'm only bringing it up right now because there is no jealousy. I have my morals intact. Thank you very much.
I also think that influencers should be putting in a little bit more effort into thinking about what people want to see and not just thinking, oh, let me get all the free shit. A lot of these people who have millions of followers are making very good money. If they know what they're doing, they are making so much money. It's unreal. Why is it that we're not doing more or being a little bit more creative with things? And why is it that we're so willing to defend this over understanding the fact that this might be perceived in a way that people don't enjoy? The people that are following you, supporting you, are the reason why you're able to pay your bills, live in that big ass house, take these trips, and do all the fun things. And you should, and there's nothing wrong with that. Be grateful for it. It's a really cool job. I'm so grateful for the job that I have. But I think also as an influencer, you should have some level of responsibility to go, is this making people feel uncomfortable?
Now, I'm just going to, take a shot in the dark here. I absolutely bet that after this controversy, they're definitely going to either re-strategize or do something similar to what I suggested because, or even something involving the vending machines, donations, or maybe they might allude to, oh, well, we already had this planned, even though I truly highly doubt it. But yeah, I just think either way, I want people to change. And I hope they do. I want brands to get better, but it's kind of unfortunate that you have to get called out to this level to improve.
And I think we should talk about more. And I think some influencers who are fighting back on this are getting pissy because they're like, they want to keep getting stuff like this. You are still going to get packages. Brands are still going to send you stuff. I would just like for them to tone it down a little bit. This shit shouldn't be so extreme, and brands should be encouraged more to engage with the consumers that pay their hard-earned money on all of their products. Now, one other thing I want to say is someone was saying, what's the difference between a Super Bowl ad where people drop millions versus a PR package? A Super Bowl ad is consumable by all on the same kind of screen that everyone owns. A PR package like this is something that's very out of touch, is not accessible to most people, and a lot of these brands are riding the asses of these influencers and not actually catering as much to consumers. At least the Super Bowl ads are funny as hell, and Doritos I can go down the street and buy, right? Bud Light I can go down and buy. Something entertaining, Carl's Jr., right? That's fun. I can go and buy a burger from them. That is accessible and entertaining at least. Marketing it off to have real people going by your product makes sense. And that's my TED Talk, y'all. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot, but I was not the biggest fan of this. By the way, someone's going to ask about this. This is from Cherry Kitten, not sponsored. I just had to mention. This says world's best ex-girlfriend, and I absolutely can confirm that through a peer-reviewed study. So thank you guys so much. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll have a bunch of stuff linked down in the description below if you guys want to check out my TikTok or anything else, And yeah, add to the conversation. What do you think? Do you have any other marketing ideas? Do you think people can improve better? What would you like to see a change with? I'd love to see, because I think it's very good to have a collective conversation of what kind of progress we can hope to see in the future with these brands. So that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, shit.